My precious child, trust in me. I know the word trust can feel difficult at times, especially when the world around you feels uncertain and the future seems unclear. You've experienced moments of disappointment, times when things didn't go the way you hoped, and seasons when your prayers seemed unanswered. I see your struggles, your doubts, and your questions. Yet, my beloved, I am asking you to trust me, not just with the easy parts of your life, but with every detail, every fear, and every dream. From the moment I formed you, I've held you in the palm of my hand. I know your heart better than anyone else ever could. I see your fears, the things that keep you up at night, and the worries you carry on your shoulders. But I also see the beauty of the plans I've prepared for you, plans you cannot fully see yet. Trusting me, my child, is not about knowing every step of the path ahead. It's about knowing that I am the one who walks with you on that path. It's about believing that I, the one who created the heavens and the earth, am fully in control of your life, and that I love you beyond measure. You see, trust begins in the heart. It's the decision to believe in my goodness, even when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. I know it's hard sometimes. When the storms of life are raging, it's tempting to focus on the winds and the waves, to look at the challenges around you and feel overwhelmed. But remember the story of when my disciples were caught in a storm? They too felt afraid, even though I was right there with them in the boat. The waves crashed and the wind howled, and their hearts were filled with fear. But in that moment, I stood up and calmed the storm with just a word. My precious child, I am the same today as I was then. I am still the one who calms the storms in your life. When the winds of uncertainty blow, when the waves of fear rise high, know that I am with you in the midst of it all. I am not distant or unaware of what you are going through. I am right beside you, and I have the power to calm every storm you face. But even more than that, I want you to know that my presence is with you, not only to calm the storm, but to give you peace in the middle of it. Even when the storm continues to rage, my peace is available to you. That peace comes from trust, trusting that I am working even when you cannot see it. Trust is about more than believing that I will fix your problems or answer your prayers in the way you expect. True trust is about surrendering your will to mine. It's about knowing that my ways are higher than your ways, and that my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. There are times when my plans will look different from what you envisioned, and in those moments, trusting me means accepting that I know what's best for you. It's believing that even when things don't make sense, I am still good, and I am still faithful. Think about the lilies of the field, how beautifully they grow without striving or worrying. They don't toil or spin, yet I clothe them in splendor. And you, my precious child, are worth so much more to me than any flower. If I take care of the birds in the sky and the grass in the field, how much more will I take care of you? You don't need to worry about what tomorrow will bring, for I am already there. I know your needs, your desires, and your heart's deepest longings, and I am at work in ways you cannot yet see. Do you remember Abraham, my servant? I called him to leave everything familiar and step into the unknown, asking him to trust me with his entire life. He didn't know where he was going, but he trusted that I would lead him. And I did. His trust in me was not based on what he could see, but on his faith in my promises. I made a covenant with him, promising him descendants as numerous as the stars, even when he and Sarah were old and childless. It seemed impossible to them, but nothing is impossible for me. In my perfect timing, I fulfilled my promise to Abraham and Sarah, and through their trust in me, the world was blessed. I ask you to trust me in the same way. You may not always see the fulfillment of my promises right away, but trust that I am faithful. I have never failed, and I never will. My timing is perfect, even when it seems delayed to you. You live in a world that is always in a hurry, always rushing from one thing to the next. But I ask you to be still and know that I am God. In the waiting, I am doing something in you, strengthening your faith, refining your character, and preparing you for the blessings I have in store. When you feel weary and uncertain, remember that my grace is sufficient for you. In your weakness, I am strong. You don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to figure everything out on your own. Trust is about releasing control and allowing me to guide you. I see the whole picture, while you only see a part. Trust me, my beloved, to lead you in the way you should go. There will be times when the road ahead seems difficult, when the path I lead you down feels uncomfortable or even painful. In those moments, you may wonder why I am allowing certain things to happen. You may question why you are walking through valleys when all you desire is to stand on the mountaintop. But my child, it's in the valleys that your faith is strengthened. It's in those difficult seasons that you learn to rely on me, to lean on my strength instead of your own. I am always with you, especially in the valleys. I walk with you through the shadows, and I lead you to green pastures. Trust that I am guiding you, even when the way is hard. Remember the story of Joseph? His journey was full of betrayal, false accusations, and years in prison. It seemed as though his life was filled with nothing but hardship. But through it all, I was with him. Joseph trusted me, even when it looked like everything was falling apart. And in my perfect timing, I elevated him to a position of great authority, where he could not only save his family, but also a nation. What others meant for harm, I used for good. The same is true for you. Trust me with the circumstances of your life, knowing that I can bring beauty from ashes and turn mourning into joy. I know that trusting me can feel risky, especially when you've been hurt before, when people have let you down, or when life hasn't gone the way you planned. But I am not like anyone else. I am the Lord your God, and I do not change. I am faithful to my promises, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. You can trust me completely, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Trust is not just about waiting for the future, but about living in the present with the confidence that I am in control. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos, knowing that I am your anchor. It's about experiencing joy, even when circumstances are difficult, because your joy is rooted in me, not in the things of this world. When you trust me, you are free to live without fear, because you know that I hold your future in my hands. Do not let fear steal your trust in me. Fear is the enemy's tool to keep you from experiencing the fullness of what I have for you. He will try to make you doubt my goodness, question my faithfulness, and wonder if I truly care for you. But my perfect love casts out all fear. I am the good shepherd, and I lay down my life for my sheep. I care for you more than you can imagine, and I am watching over you every moment of your life. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not hardship, not trials, not even death itself. You are mine, and I am yours. When you are faced with uncertainty, turn to me. bring your fears, your doubts, and your questions to me, and I will give you peace. My peace is not like the peace the world gives, which is based on circumstances. My peace transcends all understanding. It is the peace that comes from knowing that I am sovereign, that I am in control, and that I love you with an everlasting love. My child, I know you may feel overwhelmed at times, but remember that I am with you. You don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to carry your burdens alone. I am your refuge and strength, your ever-present help in times of trouble. Trust me with your heart, your future, and every detail of your life. Trust is a journey, and I will walk with you every step of the way. You don't have to take giant leaps of faith all at once. Take it one step at a time, and I will be there, guiding you, holding you,